Okay, good morning or good afternoon, everyone. In this occasion, I would like to present my research paper. And let me introduce myself. First, I am Suci Indah Putri as the first author, and the second author is Dr. Riyandi and also Dr. Rini Salihat. And I'm from Indonesia University of Education. Well, let me start to present my paper. The title is about analysis of the idea as the term in science learning to implement ESD values based on junior high school curriculum. Okay, let's see the table of contents that I will explain to you. It has the four sections. They are introduction, research method, results, and discussion. And the last one is the conclusion. Well, let's come to the introduction. Well, first, educational transformation for sustainable development is expected to use innovative learning. And one of the innovation that can be used to transform education that leads to sustainable development is the use of traditional food. And this traditional food we can use as the term and the topic in science learning that could be integrated to the values of sustainable development goals. And okay, let's see what traditional food that we use in here. Well, I'm planning to use dadia as the term. Dadia is a traditional food from West Sumatra. Dadia is made from fermented buffalo milk and has the texture similar to yogurt. Dadia is a healthy food, contains the high protein, and dadia also has the potential for economic development. But the problem is, for now, dadia is not too popular among the young people and the people living in urban areas. Dadia only consumed by an elderly and the people who live in rural areas, which are still stick with the culture and the tradition. So that's why the consumption and the production of the dadia is still low nowadays. And so based on these values, dadia has good potential to be integrated in science learning in achieving sustainability goals because it's health because it's an healthy food and also contain the high protein and using fermentation in the process, and also has the economic development. And the research method that I use in here is content analysis method. It is we extract the relevant potential information from the literature, and the resources we use in here, the ultimate sources is permanent book number 37 2019, which contains the core and basic competencies for junior high school. And so we use textbooks and articles. Okay, the results and discussion. After the analysis, we have some results. There are four results. The first one, the basic competencies that related to the idea. And we found that there are four basic competencies that we can relate to the idea. Two competencies in grade 7 and two competencies in grade 9. Unfortunately, there are no competencies in grade 8. And the topic is about the chemical change of substance have transformed healthy digestive system and biotechnology. And the second one, the sustainable development goals that could be related to the idea. There are 5 goals that can be related to the idea. The first one, zero hunger, good healthy and well-being, decent work and economic growth, responsible consumption and production, and the last one is the life on land. And now we also have the key competencies that could be achieved by using this term in science learning. The first one is system thinking competency, the normative competency, the third one, collaboration competency, the fourth, critical thinking competency, and 5, integrative problem solving competency. And the last one, we also analyze the ESD perspective related to the idea. And based on the ESD perspective from the social, we can talk about human right, equality, security, health, and governance. And the second one, based on environment perspectives, we can talk about the natural resources. And based on the economy perspectives, we can talk about corporate responsibility and market economics. Okay, let's come to the conclusion. After the analysis of the idea, we can conclude that the first, A traditional Minangkabau food called Dadia has a very good potential to be implemented in science learning. Second, through science learning using the Dadia TAM, 5 goals of sustainability could be integrated. The third, several key competencies in education for sustainable development could be achieved, and students can be more concerned with the environment and the natural surroundings. And the fourth, from the ESD perspectives, students also learn to see the potential of traditional food from a social, economic, and environmental perspectives. Well, that's all about my presentation today. And let me say thank you so much for the attention.